Oh man, so everybody responded to the Kendrick Lamar album, bro. We got Lil Wayne, Andrew Schulz. We got Joe Budden's response, academics defending Andrew Schulz. It's a little bit of everything, but right here, first let's get to Lil Wayne's response, man. He says, man, what the funk I do? I just be chilling and they still come from my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep, I beg you all. No one really wants destruction. Not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me, love. Is Wayne threatening Kendrick? Did Weezy just threaten Kendrick? I shall destroy if disturbed. Let this giant sleep. Let's read some reactions to this, dog. Whew. You said the Super Bowl was taken from you when it wasn't promised. In the first place, it never congratulated the artist who looked up to you and worked hard himself to get it. But now it's what the funk I do, LOL. Chill, Wayne. I don't want Kenny to smoke you. You a legend. It wasn't even a diss, LOL. Don't let motherfuckers gas you up. Bro, you ain't coming at Doc. Just stay asleep. Fight each other for the love of the game. Hell nah. It's time to dust the mic off and drop those 2013 rhymes. 2013? Who are you asking for 2013 rhymes from Wayne? Like, that's not the year. No. What? Who are these people, bro? Who's invaded hip hop? Dude said this is like facing who farted allegations at school.
The internet is interneting, so let's see here.
Used to look over there.
Kendrick responds to Lil Wayne and Super Bowl controversy on Whacked Out Mutual, saying,
Murals.
Oh, this says Mutuals, Mirrors. I used to bump the Carter 3. The irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Got the Super Bowl and Nas the only one congratulate me. All these niggas agitated. I'm just glad it's on their faces. Is that a Wayne diss?
No, I wouldn't call it.
I wouldn't call it a Wayne diss.
Yeah, I would.
Well, he was agitated.
And I'm glad I could see it.
Yeah,
now I ain't got to play cool with, if you got a problem with that and you're showing it, cool. I'm glad I can see it now.
Diss?
I used to bump Carter 3.
We all did.
I know. He bumped a bunch of albums.
All right, sorry, Wayne diss. Ice, you saying you saw an interesting tweet from some of the West Coast niggas talking about...
No, I ain't saying a tweet. I got a text message that said, this ain't even an album. I don't know what that means.
I knew it wasn't an album.
Where if it's...
I knew it.
Might be a double.
Yeah, it could be something else coming, or he was working on something else. This ain't that.
If you listen to the album, a lot of it sounds very, very new. Like he's referencing things that just happened within the beef in the past few months. And before the beef started, we knew that he was in the studio working on the album. So I think there's a lot more tracks that we haven't heard that's going to be on the album, especially the snippet that was released on the story, not a story, but his YouTube to promote the GNX project. Not on there. It's an album out there. Hit a J3. I'm gonna show y'all that. So like I told y'all before, I got some more information to make you guys wanna think twice about considering this the album or not. We got Hit a J3 who's featured on the project on the track GNX, saying it's not over yet. Get ready for curfew. What that means, I don't know. But like I told y'all before, I think it means another album's coming, bro. That's my thought. So in the meantime, while we here, let's get to some more conversations surrounding the project. So DeMar DeRozan low-key knew this project was coming, man. Y'all know he had a situation with Drake and everything while he was at Vince Carter's ceremony for getting his jersey put up in the Raptors for the Raptors.
Man, proud of him. Another masterpiece. My favorite song, probably TV Off.
You tipped off it was coming today, or surprised like the rest of us?
Maybe I knew.
Anything else, Rizal?
Can you tell them we need that intro for the broccoli? Like that needs to be a whole song by itself.
It's on there. Yeah.
It's its own track.
Yeah. It's
okay.
It's the second song.
Okay. All right.
Squabble Up.
It's called what?
Squabble Up.
Okay, I'm gonna go listen to it right now. All right.
Andrew Schulz responded to Kendrick Lamar's shot towards him. We cannot overlook these lyrics, okay? He says, don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman, that's law. I know propaganda work for them and funk whoever's close to them. Pause on the I know how propaganda work for them. He's talking about the way that black people are viewed and it's based on propaganda. The way they view our men as being super violent, but history shows how white folks are super violent when it comes to wars. They had slaves, motherfucker. The Boston Tea Party's a bunch of niggas rebelling against their bosses. Ignorant motherfuckers say, fuck that, they tossing the tea into the damn beach. But the position of power that they were in lets it be cool, you feel me? It lets it all be cool. So that's my thoughts on it. Like, propaganda works for them. They not seen as, dangerous folks. Violent people. Like, they're not seen as that way, even though their history shows that they are that way. I would just say it's the way of a man that wants power. So to continue how Schulz was talking about black women being aggressive and shit, when we have the term Karen that comes from a white woman with an attitude. So to continue once again, don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman that's law. I know propaganda work for them and funk whoever that's close to them. The niggas that coon, the niggas that's being groomed, slide on both of them. Academic spoke with Andrew Schulz, so let's tap in and see how the conversation went.
No white comedian talk about no black woman that's low. Yeah, I think he was talking to Andrew Schulz. By the way, I hit Andrew Schulz about that. I think his reaction was, he's like, yo, is this guy too woke to understand a joke? And I said this, and y'all tell me if my explanation to Andrew Schulz was accurate. I said, Andrew, I'm gonna be honest with you. I could play this. You want me to play the joke?
What is the black girlfriend effect? This is
you don't know about this.
Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, clean shape up.
Glows up, bro.
I like that.
I like that.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
they grow a beard because there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of. That's hilarious. I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective. Yeah. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who gets
That means white.
Okay, so that was the clip. I don't know. I thought this was random. For all the things that Kendrick could talk about, for Kendrick to randomly just say, don't let no white comedian talk about black women, that's law. What I instantly thought, and I said this to Andrew because he didn't understand. He was just like,
he just said a line about Cat Williams that segued into another comedian. Come on, bro. You do this hip hop shit for a living. Come on, man.
How did I even get on this guy's radar? And don't this guy understand jokes? And I said, I think Kendrick's a guy who knows his audience, and his audience thrives on having a mutual enemy.
And I want to continue this. I think Kendrick was doing something within that bar. I may be giving him too much credit, but y'all remember when Dave Chappelle called out Cat Williams, basically saying that, you going at us. You going at us, the black comedians. I think Kendrick is like, shit. All right, let's keep that same energy that Cat Williams had, and let's transition it to the white comedians too.
The best way to unite a group of people is not to just have them put aside all their beefs or squash everything. The best way is to create a bigger enemy. You get what I'm saying? So you'll have all these, you create a bigger enemy outside of the enemies you have. And sometimes people will let bygones be bygones with their enemies. So what am I saying? I'm saying that even when Kendrick is uniting people, people have said he united the West Coast. He united a bunch of people that didn't get along, but really created another enemy that was supposedly a bigger enemy, right? Hey, I know we got our differences, blah, blah, but we're the culture. We're going to unite on stage, show them a cohesive look of the culture, and we're not like that. We're not like them. They're not like us. You get what I'm saying? And whether that's Drake or whoever that stood for, that was creating a bigger enemy. That was creating, hey, I know we got our petty differences, but this is the bigger. And I think he's always done that too. If we think about like We Gonna Be All Right and songs like that that was knocking during, I almost want to say, an oppressive period, because, you know, people were marching this and third. It was the era of George Floyd, you know what I mean? Obviously Mike Brown, all those things that was happening. It felt like his music united people to go against what seemed at the time to be the bigger threat, which was police brutality, and almost like the man who, like, literally and figuratively, all pun intended, had his foot on your neck. And his music has championed that. Like, it kind of united people, but it united people and created a bigger enemy.
My problem with X Angle is that he is admitting that Kendrick Lamar is consistent with being this way. So subconsciously, he moves this way. It's not a thing that he's trying to strategically gain people's support. This is who he is. If he's consistently been this person, that's who he is. I go with consistency. If you consistently been this way, it's not the normal route to take. You obviously see, if you be someone like a Drake, you can get more money, more fame, much more of a wider fan base by being a certain type of way that doesn't care about these things. Then that makes more sense to go ahead and scheme to do that. But to go ahead and scheme to be on the road less travel, and not only less travel, but the road less rewarded as far as monetary gains, what really matters in his life, not just the trophies, that symbols that that we give power to, but the monetary gains that really could change things and shit like that. That means more to me if he's sticking true to that. So that's my thoughts on that, but let's keep listening.
The thing about Kendrick dropping now is that we're not in a time where racially we're like, we have unrest or we're whatever. Like, there's always police killings and shit like that, but that's not the temperature right now. Also, for someone who is so for the culture, this and third, and so blah, 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 he has zero opinion on politics. You get what I'm saying? Like, we didn't hear him speak at all about politics, right? Which I personally just think Kendrick is really calculated, right? So it's like, I'm culture, but I'll sit on a rap song and say culture. But when it comes to voting time, where maybe my voice and I could lead, because now people are looking at me as someone who's trying to preserve the culture. Maybe I could lead by, being a leader in that point. Maybe use my voice to help people figure out that political atmosphere. I'm quiet.
But if you are doing your job as an artist, then you are empowering people to think for themselves. In the first track, he's telling niggas to go ahead and level up, raise your rank. He's telling us to raise our rank as individuals, so he doesn't have to come out and tell us what to do. He doesn't have to be our brain. And that goes to show you academics' perspective, as he is a figure that has a fan base and thinking how he uses his voice. You've seen how he used his voice throughout the selection process. So,
right? I mean, even figure out that political atmosphere. I'm quiet. I'm silent. Right? I mean, even Taylor Swift, she said one thing, then disappeared. We never seen her since. Right? So, if you ask me, Kendrick missed that time period, but the time period we're in now is just not that where you could just put races against each other, or even us black people feel like, it's so tense that we just need one thing to happen to start this like racial war or like cultural like revolution or whatever. And here's why I say that. That's been a staple in his music for so long that when I saw this line, I felt like, it's like watching a movie where the main character, the protagonist, is always the underdog. Those movies are the best. At the end of the movie, whether it's Rocky or any of these movies, right? Say they're getting cheated their whole life, the man is keeping them down. This is the common theme of a lot of things. But the ending of the movie is usually that person overcoming that hurdle or whoever was oppressing them, whoever that was making them the underdog. All of those movies end there. They don't continue. right? So when Rocky defeats whoever, movie over, leave. Here's the thing. Kendrick, I believe, and this is a personal theory of mine, he basked in this opportunity or basked in the, yo, I'm the real cultural guy, even though y'all like the fluff shit, which is that. And he kind of like positioned himself as the underdog and the guy that is the good guy, but the underdog, like most movies we watch. Except once the battle with Drake happened, you're no longer the underdog. And I think that's a really interesting and odd position for Kendrick to be in. Because when you can't, you can't still, like, if he comes out with this, oh yeah, you know what I mean, they're all against us, it's like, wait, how are they against you, Kendrick? You're nominated for every award. You're pretty much gonna sell the most. They said you beat Drake. Like, how are you the underdog anymore? It seems like you're the favorite.
I'm not seeing that at all from Kendrick. I'm not seeing that perspective at all. He's saying rappers are salty.
Said you beat Drake. Like, how are you the underdog anymore? It seems like you're the favorite. And what happens is that we are in a culture, and not even just culture, like, people like to, it's like LeBron. After a while, you want to see that nigga lose. You want to see him miss those clutch shots. You wanted to see Floyd lose. And I think Kendrick is in the non-underdog era now, and we're watching him even while trying to like lead, because again, a lot of and I feel like I'm butchering this point, but I hope you guys are.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Like a lot of people who talk about, like, say, social issues, right? Say the My Songs of the world. Is My Song still alive? I thought nigga, like, literally is the most I've never heard about.
Stay on topic. Stay on topic.
I'm hoping he didn't die. I don't have beef with him like that, but I haven't heard nothing about.
Stay on topic.
But like the My Songs of the world, they live on saying what should be different. Like they get their clout from being the underdogs. Yo, niggas like Action being the place he's in. Yo, this is why this is wrong with the world. This is wrong. They're good at pointing shit out. They're never good at changing nothing. And they never plan to. Because they usually have the excuse when people say, well, why don't you change it? Well, I don't got no power. So all I could do is complain. That's what I was saying about the Kendrick effect. Because everything Kendrick is complaining about with music, even in Watch the Party Die, he has the ultimate chance now to lead by example and to change. We don't want to hear you complain that the culture is fucked up when we believe you're now leading the culture.
He's setting the rules, academics. You are harping over 3 lines. He's setting the rules. Most of the album is big vibes, good vibes. You harping over 3 lines, man. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? It's the paranoia from rabid Drake fans from this rap battle that they can't just enjoy an album. This is like one of Kendrick's most lighthearted projects. Yes, he addressed some things, but outside of that, it's very lighthearted. It's very general. It's good vibes. You know, he has some specific some theme tracks when he's talking about certain concepts and stuff. It has nothing to do with anything that's so deep to the degree that he's speaking on. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? But this take, I don't agree with that as far as that being the overarching perspective from Kendrick as far as complaining about some shit in this album. This album is much more of a, like, you know, it feel like, nigga, we won. I'm the boogeyman. I claim my throne. And now we taking over. I'm setting posts. I'm setting at the posts. You over there, we over there. And now we on some watchdog shit. In the meantime, we celebrating while we on top of the fucking world. Like, that's how this album feels to me from Kendrick and his West Coast homies. It doesn't feel like complaining. Like, it's like, nigga, the first track, nigga, this is how I feel. While I'm on the top of the throne, this is my terms and conditions. And that's how we moving. That's my thoughts on the situation, bro. That's how I feel about it. What y'all think about it, bro?